Hey, Redeemer. I'm Dale. I'm one of the pastors here at Redeemer Bible Church, and I'm sitting here today with Pastor Virgil Walker.
Wow. It's been a while since I heard that. Yeah.
Pastor Virgil Walker.
Yeah.
I am here to announce on behalf of our entire team that Virgil is joining our pastoral staff here at Redeemer Bible Church. And to say that we're stunned by that would be an understatement.
Yeah.
But Virgil, welcome to Redeemer Bible Church. And this video is aimed directly at the people of Redeemer Bible Church. And we wanted to give you an opportunity to say hi and to kind of maybe talk about how and why you're sitting here.
Yeah, well, I'm honored to be here. That's a joy to be here. I'm shocked that I'm here. To some degree, it's surreal. It really is. This is part of a relationship that began with you all in 2020 as you reached out to Daryl and me from afar, interested in learning about cultural apologetics, learning about CRT, and it's grown from there. We started out just doing a podcast, and then you reached out afterward. Other pastors reached out afterward, and then what we began to see over time as Daryl and I traveled to different places and were engaged in that whole issue around 2021, we would cross paths. And for us, every time we would see you, and I could name names and people and different places of the pastors that we'd run into, there was just a genuine, natural, very authentic, warm relationship that began. It was a joy to see you. It was kind of as we would go to different spaces and places, whether it was a ShepCon or whether it was a G3 event or what have you. I would always run by you guys in a crowd of 8,000 people, and I say, y'all are my tribe. Those are my people. And we would joke about that and then keep moving. And then over time, Daryl would come here. And was ecstatic for him, fantastic transition, wonderful opportunity. And then over the course of time with what took place at G3, I'd really began to consider next steps, what things would look like for me moving forward. And for me, as multiple opportunities began to kind of pour in, one of the cornerstone thoughts that I had in my mind was, I know that wherever I go, I'm going to be working hard. Wherever I'm connected to, I'm going to be engaged fully. But man, I sure would love to do that with men who I love, with men who I have relationship with, and with men who we could have a great time, a fun time, along with working hard and advancing the kingdom. And so for me, there were a number of decisions, but it was real easy at the point that we got on the phone and began talking about coming to Redeemer.
Yeah, we are definitely a relational team. We're a relational church. And so Daryl just grafted right into that. I have no doubt in my mind you're going to do the same.
Yeah.
So I know that the local church is your heartbeat. Yeah. Even when what you were doing at G3, it was about the local church. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about just your passion for the local church.
Yeah, I mean, with what I did at G3, a lot of it had to do, a great deal of it rather, had to do with our church network. I can't tell you the fun that I had being on the phone, talking with pastors at the local church, hearing their needs, trying to identify what their desires were, trying to figure out what resources we could provide. And so as I began to talk and hear and have conversation with different pastors, my longing for the local church only grew. Man, what would it be like to be in this space? I had a great conversation with Daryl at one point, because as I'm making these decisions, he's definitely an ear that I'm going to bend and talk with. And one of the things he said to me as I was looking at different ideas and different opportunities, he said, "Brother, you've been building things for a long time. This is probably the time for you to be working toward building people." And that resonated with me. And so, as I thought about next steps, as I thought about the joy that I had in providing education, encouragement, and equipping local church pastors, the thought to be in a local church, connected with building of people, was an opportunity that I just couldn't pass up.
We have been thinking about all the different opportunities that we have as a church, right? Not only internal, but also external. And one of the things we've talked about is the idea of engaging more in cultural apologetics.
Sure.
And so obviously you and Daryl are on the front lines of that with just thinking. And we want to kind of, for our church, to train the people of our church, and what we say around here, anybody else looking in over our shoulders, right? But this is for Redeemer Bible Church. We really want to start doing some training towards the cultural apologetic issues. So talk a little bit about that, your heartbeat for that, your passion for that, and maybe what we could look forward to.
Yeah, well, that's been a heartbeat of mine forever. Right, from the time that I was back in Omaha when I got the nickname, the moniker Omaheezy. I've always been on the front edge of doing that kind of thing, whether it was street evangelism, whether it was me at an abortion mill, whether I was training up people to go out and evangelize. That's always been something that I wanted to be a part of, wanted to amplify. Daryl and I had the opportunity to do that through the Just Thinking podcast. And just an aside, for Daryl and I to be in the same location at the same time, in the same place.
Only Jesus does that. Right. Like this is not of man, but there's no way we could have planned this. Right. This is so obviously God.
So for that to take place is going to be a whole nother dimension. But outside of that, from a local church standpoint, I miss the days of being in a room with men, with men and women and husbands and wives, training, teaching, educating, encouraging believers to understand what it is they believe, why they believe it, and to be able to effectively articulate those things in the pulpit.
Well, you're a gifted teacher, you're a gifted preacher, you're a very gifted writer. So there's going to be opportunities for you to create sermons and articles and things like that here at Redeemer. But also what you're talking about as far as just people. Yeah. The shepherding of God's people is really what makes this church it's the heartbeat of our church, right? So if you get on a staff like ours, the only way you get on a staff like ours, I should say, is that you have a shepherd's heart. Yeah. And I know I have seen that. I don't think I've ever shared this with you, but I have felt shepherded by you over the years. Oh, wow. Anytime you talk about seeing each other at ShepCon, seeing at G3 conference, whatever, you've always made an effort to make sure that I was okay. Yeah. You always made an effort to go even the extra mile to make sure we had what we needed. Yeah. And I know what that is. That's a shepherd's heart. Yeah. And so for our people, I could not be more excited that we continue to be, that God continues to bring people with a shepherd heart to our church, first and foremost. Yeah. But speaking just a minute to our church, we have a passion and a desire to see the kingdom of God grow. And that is something that we're always going to have. And so we're really excited about having a man like Virgil join our team because he has a voice in the Church Universal. He has a voice in the culture of the church. And we think it's an important voice, as Daryl's voice is an important voice. And so we want to leverage that, and we want to be a part of the conversation as a church. Yeah. To advance biblical worldview thinking into the marketplace of ideas, right? And if the Apostle Paul can go into the marketplace of ideas and have those conversations, I believe we should be doing the same thing. So we're excited about that. So what do you think as far as transitioning to Arizona from Georgia? Yeah. You're going to lose the humidity. Yeah. So but what does that transition look like for you? What are you most excited about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, everybody talks about the humidity in one place. Hot is still hot. Heat is still heat. So it's definitely hot. And we've moved in the one of the most challenging times of the year, right here in August and September. So I figure I get the worst over with, and then we move on from there. But Tomeka and I, man, we're overjoyed to be here. It's an exciting time for us. I've written about this on my Substack, just the fact that it's just the two of us. And we're excited about this kind of new phase, new chapter in our lives. We've poured into kids and family and all of that, and we'll continue to do that. But to have the breadth and the depth of time to slow down a bit, to enjoy one another, and then to pour into the people of God, we couldn't be more excited about doing.
Yeah, we're excited as well. Virgil, is there anything else you want to say to the people of Redeemer Bible Church?
Just overjoyed to be here, excited. Can't wait to meet each and every one of you. Looking forward to what the days have ahead. I'll be praying for us. We'll be praying for you, and look forward to meeting you soon.
All right, this is the latest episode of Hey Redeemer, and we are very excited. Virgil and Tomeka, welcome to Redeemer Bible Church.
Thanks so much. Thanks
for joining us.
Hey, Thanks for tuning in to our Redeemer YouTube channel. If this is helpful for you, please make sure that you like this video, smash the subscribe button, and hit that bell icon. It will help us reach more people with biblical truth. Thank you so much.